Hi there, saxophones. On this video I want to get you going on a couple different notes on your saxophone, showing you where your fingers go and how you can change between notes. Before we play though, we need to make sure our reed is adjusted correctly. We've talked about this already, but this is what it should look like. So notice that the reed is on there nice and straight, the ligature's here in the front. There's just a tiny little bit of the black of the mouthpiece showing over the top of the reed here. Not too much, not too little, it's not too high or too low. There's no chips on the top of the reed, nothing's taken out of it, off the side or anything like that. If your reed is really chipped, if it's crooked, if it's too high, if it's too low, any of those things can keep your reed from working correctly. And you can always do your party horn to check that it's working right. But once you get the hang of how the reed goes on there, you won't have to do that. When you put the neck on, remember that this little hook needs to go over the piece here, and we loosen this screw before we put that on so it can slide right in. When you put it on, make sure you're grabbing right next to here so you don't bend your mouthpiece there. And then it's going to come on here. Your neck strap is adjusted nice and tight so the mouthpiece comes right to your mouth. When you're playing, the saxophone is going to come in between your legs. It's going to be right in front of you like this. Your right hand's going to push it forward. Your left hand's going to be here. Again, reviewing hand position. On our left hand, we're going to have these two fingers next to each other on the two big pearls right here. And then there's a little tiny pearl that we skip, and then this finger goes on in the space here. So the pointer finger and your middle finger are separated, and then these two fingers are together. Okay? You may or may not have a pearl on this part, but you're not going to use that. On the bottom, there's 3 pearls, and your 3 fingers are going to press down those 3 pearls. Your thumb is hooked in underneath here, and you only want this first part of your thumb. So just like right here is where it's going to rest on your thumb. Okay, so don't hook your thumb way through, just right about there. Okay, so this is what it should look like when we're blowing. So I'm going to go ahead and slide a little closer to the camera so you can see me better, but that's the position and stuff that we want to have. Let's try playing the note B on our saxophone. B is when we press only the top finger down. So our thumb is going to rest here on the back. We're going to press this top finger down, and B sounds like this. Can you try that? Play that note with me. Ready? Go. And once you get the note, you want to hold it out. Now, let me remind you that when you're blowing, you want to have the corners of your mouth here like this. You're setting your bottom lip like if we were putting chapstick on. We're not going to swallow it. Okay, that's too much. Just a little thing here, bring this down. Okay, teeth touch the top, the reed is going down on my bottom lip. And I'm not puffing my cheeks. If you're not getting a sound, it's probably because your reed is right here on your lip. You have too much of the lip in your mouth. Okay, the reed has to go into your mouth past your lip. Okay, if you have too much reed in your mouth, you get a really honky sound. You start puffing your cheeks, you're going to get nasty sounds. So we want that sound that's a nice, beautiful, controlled sound. The saxophone is capable of making very beautiful sounds and very ugly sounds. Nobody wants to listen to ugly sounds. We want to make beautiful sounds. So one more time, one finger down, play the note B. Right, with me, hold it out. So you want to make your sound match mine. Again. Now we're going to put another finger down. This note is going to be called A. So this is B with one finger. A is 2 fingers down. Again, remember that you're not pressing down this little tiny one. You're putting the next big pearl down. A sounds like this. Can you match that sound? One more time. Now we're going to add our third finger. We're not pressing any fingers down here yet. So our right hand is still down here in position, but we're not squeezing those keys down. Your fingers are just kind of lightly resting on those pearls down here. But we're squeezing all 3 of these down. And you have to actually squeeze them down. You can't just press them halfway. They need to go all the way down to make an airtight seal. So 3 fingers on the top pressed down is a G. You you play that with me? Now, if your note didn't sound like that, it's probably because you're hitting some other key here on the side. So when we're playing the saxophone, it's very easy to accidentally bump keys here on the side. So like with my hands hitting right down here, I can be moving my fingers and nothing's going to change because I'm actually bumping something. I also could be bumping these keys right here. So my fingers here have to wrap around all these keys here on the side. So there's all these kinds of keys you have to watch out for. So if you're getting sounds that all sound kind of the same, it's probably because you're bumping a key and you need to really figure out where that is. So look in a mirror, have somebody else look at your fingers and see what else am I touching. Maybe I'm not realizing I'm resting my hand on something. And if it shouldn't feel heavy, the weight should be on the neck strap. And you want your neck strap tightened up. So you loosen it and tighten it to get it to where it needs to be. So again, let's try the note B, and then A, and then G. Here's B. Move this down so you can see my fingers a little bit more. Here's B. A. G. Try it again. Here's B. A. G. Now if you say, that sounds kind of like hot cross buns. It is. That's the start of hot cross buns. Let me demonstrate that for you. You can watch my fingers, and then if you want to learn this, you're welcome to. You don't have to, but if you wanted to do that. Okay? Here's hot cross buns. Let me demonstrate. So that demonstrates how those notes B, A, and G are played on the saxophone and gets you started on that. And I hope you have fun exploring that. Don't puff your cheeks, bring your chin down, get a nice beautiful sound when you're playing. Don't forget to do the things we've talked about how to clean your saxophone when you're done. Thank you.